issue, it's causing you pain, or it's really inhibiting like your mechanics, green is obviously good, no problem. Okay? Other scales, do you have the range? Yes, no, or within reason. Okay? You're gonna see like pretty much everything is like really solid, a lot of greens, right? The one issue that you are having, right? You see like these yellows are actually a couple of no's, especially with the left hip and right hip interpretation. Right? That's contributing a lot to your pitching mechanics because you're just missing some right here. Right? It's not anything like it's not causing you pain or anything like that, discomfort, but it's one of those things if we're trying to like influence your ability to stop as you're going into this hip, that's internal rotation. Okay? And then you rotating out is also internal rotation. Right? Two big things that we're kind of working on mechanically is what you're saying. Pitching wise, so we have similar scale, you know, red being poor, green being good, and anywhere that you see like new stuff, it's more just trying to bucket you into one of those movements. It's not to say that it's good or bad. Okay? And what's kind of happening is basically like we're breaking the throw down into the loading phase, which means like as you come down from the leg lift, stride is obviously when you're striding. How your arm is deploying, and then rotation is after your foot plank. Early in the throw, we're not really rotating into that back hip very well. Okay? And again, that's kind of going back to that idea of like you don't have a ton, we're missing a little bit of that internal rotation. So you can see like this knee starting to kind of collapse a little bit, right? Ideal world, right? You're holding that a little bit more vertical. And like you're riding down the mountain like this, right? And then right out of that, you're popping out of it, right? And like that's what the real elite guys are able to do, right? Getting into like the big muscles on their ass, right? Holding it and then really accelerating in that position, right? One of the things that you do, like to basically compensate, when we're talking about like that center of mass, this little like plus sign. Basically, it's denoting where your center of mass is. Okay, you move extremely fast this way, and you'll see like I'll stop you at full plant. Okay, so if you push the line through that dot, see how your head's a little forward, right? Like again, you're over committing that weight forward, right? And one of the things too is these two red lines. Basically telling you when things are hitting their rotational like velocities, the highest. That's starting before you even land down. Okay? And if you think about the throw, you can't really rotate until you're grounded and stable. So like everything's happening but you jutting forward and kind of rotating versus like holding that position, landing, and then reaching out. So, and again, that's going to kind of influence, like you see your lead knee here, right? And it's going to just not really get fully extended there because you're kind of going here and like throwing on top versus like rotating against it. The other thing, so is kind of this part. So hip shoulder separation, meaning like how well you can separate this from that lead hip, okay? You're pretty good at that. The issue that you're having a little bit is when those start to move. If you go back to that video, I want you to watch those lines again, okay? Watch when they start to turn red. They're almost at the same time, okay? So there's a little bit of a delay, but you can see pretty much right here, like almost stacked on top of each other. So what we mean by that is like, look at these two graphs. Red is your trunk, okay? Blue is your hips. For the most part, they're kind of mirroring each other, right? And they're rotating together as one, right? Again, ideal world, you have your hips rotate, this stays, then it rotates, right? But because of how fast you move here, right, everything gets moved together as one, right? And we're trying to like maximize that stretch through our midsection, right? We want to try to shoot those hips, then follow through. Right? So that's all to say, like they're doing things really, really well. Okay, it's just more linear than rotational. I think like if we can fine tune some of those movements, right? that velocity's gonna
Yeah, well, I was gonna say was that I wouldn't want it to be like all good. I'd be like, how much velocity do I have left in the thing, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you, like, strong and very fast, right? Like, it's just about fine-tuning those movements and getting more of that rotation.
Yeah.
I don't see why you can't be throwing like 93, 94 type thing. And the biggest thing is like it's gonna be more effortless.
Yeah.
It's gonna be easier to repeat, right? Because right now you're relying so much on moving really fast this way. That's gonna fatigue more than you just being able to like rotate really efficiently, right? And easily, right? Like think about hitting, like I can just like get that smooth transfer, right? I can just hit 100 off the tee all day. Right? It's not nearly as taxing as me like going here and like having like brute force it, right?